to continue the piggybackery. I mean, what it all goes to me is, you know, when we look at social media, it's an extension of society, right? And society is made up of individuals. And the reality is a lot of businesses coming into social media these days are being looked at not as just like a business pushing a product, but as something with its own personality. I mean, it takes more than just a product at this point to actually win. I mean, you see Old Spice. People didn't start buying Old Spice again because it started smelling different. They started buying Old Spice again because the man said, I'm on a horse, you know? It gave it a personality. It gave it something that you could connect to. And then the way that they utilized social media to help push that brand is they went on YouTube and they actually had folks comment on the video, and then they sat the guy down who's on a horse, and they made him, well, they didn't make him, I'm sure he got paid, but they had him do video responses to each comment. So now what you've done is you've been incredibly inclusive to your audience, and now they feel personally responsible to smell like Old Spice every day because that man hit them back, you know? And so I know for me in my social media forum, the strategy is like GNL, where the strategy is authenticity.
Yes.
You know, that is the strategy, to just be myself, take it or leave it. But for me, what I'm selling as Amanda Diva is a brand of being a Renaissance woman who is a personality, a host, a culture critic, a painter, a recording artist, etc. And I do all of these things only because I do them all well. And I wouldn't push them out there for any other reason. So for me to excel in that field, I have to put that out there in my Twitter in an authentic way as well, and not every second be like, hey, look at this painting I did. You know, so I think every business these days is realizing that they have to have a personality, and I commend you guys for taking it a step further than just like, look at this new color. You know, people buy your nail polish not just because it's dope, but because they probably like y'all too. So if you're a jerk, don't be on Twitter.
Before we continue, if there's a Rudy Gathright in the room, we believe we have something that belongs to you. Please go to the back of the room. Okay, and you know, you guys have mentioned that you're on multiple sites. I manage 5 different Twitter accounts, 2 different Facebook accounts. Are you managing your own accounts, and how many do you have?
Everything that I've ever done in social media, and I've been in social media, people keep talking about this new media, I've been doing it since November 1999. Wow. So the first thing you got to get over is this is new media. Just because you're not doing it doesn't mean it's new. I currently, and I do all my own stuff, and it goes back to authenticity. Nobody can be me. I'm not hiring an intern, I'm not having my assistant do it. I got to make time to do it. But I'm on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. We have our Black Enterprise's own social media network called BE Insider. Please join. We have some special stuff there, BE Insider. I'm on Folio Media Pro. I'm on, let me say, I'm probably on 9 to 10 that I at least go to once a week, and 4 that I go to every day. And thanks to good old cell phone, I'm on Twitter all day, all the time. People are like, when do you work? You know, I'm working out. I set at the gym, between sets, I tweet what I just did. You know, I mean, I'm always there, you know.
Datavio?
Yeah, so I'm the same. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Foursquare. I pretty much try a lot of stuff out when it comes out, but those are my kind of core mainstays, so that's where I spend the majority of my time. And just like Alfred said, I wouldn't let anybody tweet for me. I do have a little intern who helps me kind of grow my Twitter profile and whatnot, my Twitter following. But as it relates to the content and the things that are being talked about, it's all Datavio's voice, because that's who people are trying to hear. That's who people are trying to engage with. So I feel like it would be inauthentic to allow it to be anybody else to respond.
And I'm glad Alfred mentioned, you know, it's his voice, so he needs to be tweeting from it. And I'm not sure if you've heard of the Red Cross tweet that was heard around the world about the guy getting slizzard, which is terminology for drunk. But they were able to flip that into charity for the drink of his choice. And they partnered, and they were able to turn that around into positive press and not something negative. But a company like Mix Chicks, which is a product for kinky hair, earlier this year they tweeted, Team Light Skin, please use our product. You know, all hell broke loose, let's just say that. And their very next tweet was Go Jets. So they didn't get it. They lost customers. First, they lost customers because the name automatically excludes people. And then they were insensitive to their audience. So this next question is for Ginger and Liz. You represent a brand. You guys are entrepreneurs. Are you worried about, as you guys grow, you can't do it yourself? Who and how will you have the person that comes in and manages your accounts? How will that work?
Well, we definitely, we manage our own accounts right now. One of the things that we just started doing that I think is a solution for, we know that we have to watch what we say. We know that there are eyes and ears at all times, so we are cautious of that. We don't retweet anything that's too crazy. It doesn't always have to be about nail polish, but it should be something that is not going to offend our customers or our potential customers. But in terms of when it gets becomes too much for us to handle, which is starting to happen, we have brand ambassadors, and that's something that we've done. Like we have now a style ambassador that's based in Chicago. We've got a teen ambassador. So what they're doing is setting up their own Twitter accounts under the GNL name, maybe GNL Teen. We haven't quite figured out what their handles will be, and people know that it is not us speaking in our voice, but they are kind of given direction as to what they should speak about. And them too, like there are people that we've selected that we like their personalities and it fits with our brand, and we kind of already studied their patterns and know not to expect any crazy surprises, and give them some direction, but they are their own personalities as well. And so the teen girls should have the teenagers falling in love with her, and then in turn polish and vice versa. So that's one of the things that we're doing recently that I think will keep us out of trouble in terms of, being, when we need help and still need to really use Twitter and Facebook and a Facebook fan. That's another thing that we do is we have the Facebook group and a like page. And another thing that we also do is kind of use Twitter and Facebook in conjunction with one another. So we will drive Twitter followers to the Facebook like page by saying, like us on Facebook and you'll win a mini set of nail polish. And so they start retweeting that like crazy, and then our Facebook likes go up.